On today's show clip, we discuss what is the favorite time of year to go and experience the Walt Disney World Resort.
So come with us on a podcast journey as we reflect on the WDW Reflections Podcast.
What is your favorite month to visit Disney?
Back in the day, my favorite time to go was the week after Thanksgiving.
Yep.
So I guess that would be November/December.
Yeah.
That was statistically was the slowest time to go. Almost empty. You could walk onto most attractions. I really enjoy going in late January before President's Day, because President's Day is really crowded too. But since I live in Delaware and this is a cold, gray, miserable place from about, say, November 1st until June 1st, it's unlivable here. So those are my favorite times to go, because I would leave here wearing, long underwear and big coats, and I would get to Central Florida, and I would shed my long underwear and I would shed my big North Face coat and get to spend a few days or a week or so in the wonderful February Florida sun. That's amazing. That's my favorite time to go, when it's winter here and it's Florida there.
What about you, Tony?
Oh, my favorite time back in the day when I used to travel often to go there. There were two times of the year that I used to always go. It was in October, basically because my birthday is in October, but the weather was great and the lines were not crazy. It was comfortable, and it was really if I were going to pick my favorite time, it would be then. But then I would also travel in May. May was another time that I would like to go. Different parts of May. We used to go on a family trip, and my father-in-law I think he used to do something related to tax. So as soon as that was over, we'd head out during the first week of May.
I'm guessing probably, Tony, that part of that early May was for Star Wars weekends, right?
Oh, I didn't even think about that. I didn't go to that. I only went to about 3 of them, but
Oh, is that all?
yeah, that's it. Only 3. But no, I don't think so. I think it started before that. It started before that. And I know that now, since I haven't gone to those places in so many years, in May and October, since I haven't gone, I tend to get sick in one of those 2 months. I don't get sick the rest of the year, but one week out of those 2 months, I tend to get sick. Maybe my body's just saying I miss being in Florida at that time.
Yeah, that's probably it, Tony. You need to plan a trip.
I do.
For me, this is a harder question than what I thought it was. Hearing you guys talk, it brought memories of when we've been there. And Disney does a really good job of, in my opinion, of making whenever you're there very, very special and something unique that you can't get any other time of the year. But I think, Dewey, you and I are going to agree on the best, and I don't know how crowded or not crowded it is at this point, but back in the day, the week after Thanksgiving was absolutely incredible. You got to see all of the Christmas decorations. The parks were, when we went, they weren't empty, but they weren't full by any stretch of the imagination. And wait times were no more than 20 minutes. So basically it was empty in today's terms. I mean, I'm looking at wait times. I can tell you that I would never be at Disney in the summer. I don't know how families do that. I don't know. Anyway, now I'm getting off topic. But
Have you ever been? Have you ever been in the summer?
I've never been in the summer.
It's really, really hot.
Yeah.
Sometimes in August, man, it could be 9 p.m. and you're still sweating. But it's super hot, and then it's super crowded too. So, but the beauty of
those two things don't mix for me. But anyway, good.
Well, that's what the beauty of having an annual pass or being a cast member, so you can go anytime you want. You just go in late when it cools down and a little. And there's times that we'll go and we'll ride 1 or 2 attractions, and that's it. Most of it is eating and just I just feel happy when I'm just there, just
No,
absorbing
absolutely.
the
I
atmosphere.
see that. An annual pass holder or someone lucky enough to know a cast member to get in when you want, that makes doing the parks a totally different concept and way to approach it. But if you're a person that has just spent literally thousands of dollars to experience something that you probably aren't going to get, I mean, there's always exceptions. People are obviously from different social economical points, but for the average American, they're going to be there once every 4 or 5 years.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah,
Well,
look, if I'm a paying customer, paying for tickets and accommodations and stuff, there is no way I'm going in the summer.
yeah,
Absolutely not. I'm not paying that kind of money and going during those crowds and that heat. I
yep.
would not pay to go during that time.
conversely,
So,
I've been there when it's been very, very cold. But when I went there in February of 2020, for some reason, they had a very bad cold spell. And
Oh,
the downside about that, I mean, the good side about that is I was dressed because it was the first time visiting the Star Wars thing. I was dressed up for it. So it was comfortable enough to be dressed like that. But on the sad side, coming from New York to go to Florida, when you want to be in the heat, we couldn't use the pool. We couldn't do anything like that because it was way too cold for that. And of course, the day we were leaving was the day that it was like 80 or 90 degrees.
but the pools are heated. Was it that
Yeah,
cold?
it was
Wasn't
cold
even.
out though. It was cold out.
Wow.
what's your favorite time of year to experience the Walt Disney World Resort? Tell us in the comments below, or you can let us know on any of our social media accounts or add an email from WDW Reflections Podcast at gmail.com.